All right. Fake cop tries to intimidate real cop, but gets fired and charged and said, wait, hold on. Let me read this right. Read this with me. Read this with me. Fake cop tries to intimidate real cop, but gets fired and charged instead? For what? So there's a fake cop and he got charged?
We sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions.
Mm-hmm.
The Real World Police's channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them
Real
the credit
World
they deserve.
Police.
Before
Rapper
we
the
dive
Baby
into the
interrogated.
I want to give a big thanks to the sponsor of this episode, Babbel.
Oh, good sponsor. Yeah, Babbel. I 100% would buy it, download it. Oh, money back guarantee. All right.
Aiken of the Pasco County Sheriff's Office detained Dr. Catherine Coker for allegedly running a stop sign near her home in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Because of the proximity of the stop sign to her house, Dr. Coker arrived home before Deputy Aiken could initiate a traffic stop, and he parked his cruiser on the street and approached her after she had parked in her driveway and exited her vehicle.
So I'm actually doing a traffic stop now.
Why?
I'm trying to stop sign back there.
You did?
Yes, you did.
We didn't.
Yes, you did. Can I have your license, driver's license? Proof of registration?
You have a video.
She said, you got a video.
I don't need a video. I saw you do it.
No, you need a video.
No, I don't. I saw you do it.
We'll be going to court because you did not see me do it.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, I do say so. You guys have been targeting me and targeting me and targeting me because all the neighbors complain, and I'm not doing anything. I don't know, whatever. Maybe you took it for my insurance. I don't know. I can't.
Can you log into it? Or no?
I don't know. I don't know how. I have no idea how to do it.
So it's AAA?
Yep.
Hello? Oh, okay. Yes. I ordered something online and finally got here.
Okay. Well, just do me a favor. Just hang tight till I'm done, okay?
Yep. No harassment.
She was hauling. What's that?
I have my food inside.
Oh, hold on. You can't go inside yet. It's a traffic stop.
I'm at my house.
I understand that, but it's a traffic stop. You have to hang tight.
No, I gotta put my food in the food.
If you go in the house, I will arrest you for obstruction.
For what?
Obstruction. Resisting without.
No.
You are not free to leave.
No.
If you go in the house, understand.
Harassing me. You are.
If you go in the house, I'm just telling you. If you go in the house, that's obstruction. So just hang tight for
Why is the cop face censored?
a couple minutes. That's all I'm asking.
Deputy Aiken informs Dr. Coker that if she leaves the traffic stop and enters her home, he will arrest her for obstruction, or so-called resisting without.
Yes, please inform me on the law.
According to Section 843.02 of the Florida statutes, quote, whoever shall resist, obstruct, or oppose any officer in the lawful execution of any legal duty without offering or doing violence to the person of the officer shall be guilty of a misdemeanor of the first degree. Courts have consistently held that individuals can be arrested under this statute for refusing to comply with an officer's lawful commands. In the 2008 case of the Dembski versus City of Melbourne, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals held that an individual could be arrested for resisting and obstructing an officer's efforts to detain him during a lawful Terry stop by attempting to leave the scene. Similarly, the 11th Circuit concluded in the 2007 case of Zivojinovich versus Barner that the officers in the case had probable cause to arrest an individual for resisting when he, quote, disobeyed a command by members of law enforcement while they were escorting him from a property from which he was being trespassed. And in the unpublished 2017 case of Ryder versus Andrews determined that, quote, the refusal to comply with an officer's request during the lawful execution of a legal duty may constitute resisting without violence. Additionally, Section 316.072 of the Florida statute states that, quote, it is unlawful and a misdemeanor of the second degree for any person willfully to fail or refuse to comply with any lawful order or direction of any law enforcement officer. The standard jury instructions for this offense state that to prove the crime of failure to obey the lawful order of a law enforcement officer, the government must prove 5 elements beyond a reasonable doubt. That the defendant was operating a vehicle, that the officer gave a lawful order or direction to the defendant regarding the operation of a vehicle, that the officer was acting in their capacity as a law enforcement officer, that the defendant knew that they had been given an order by a law enforcement officer, and that the defendant willfully failed to obey or willfully refuse to comply with the order given. While the jury instructions state that the lawful order must have been made, quote, regarding the operation of a vehicle, in the 2020 case of United States versus Wilson, the 11th Circuit concluded that an officer had probable cause to arrest an individual for violating this statute when he repeatedly refused to produce his driver's license during a legal traffic stop. Given the existing precedent for both the resisting and the failure to obey statutes, it is likely that if a court concluded that Deputy Aiken's initial traffic stop was legal, it would also determine that Dr. Coker could be arrested under either statute for refusing to comply with Deputy Aiken's orders to remain outside.
You go in the house, understand that's obstruction.
Shut up.
Okay.
Ooh! You hear what she said? She said, shut up! I'm going in the house!
Side.
You go in the house, understand that's obstruction.
Shut up.
Okay. Hello, sir.
How's it going?
Not bad, yourself?
Good, good. I'm Eddie Coker.
Deputy Aiken, how you doing?
Hey, man. Yeah, I work for HCSO.
Okay.
So I'm trying to... What happened?
She ran the stop sign.
Constantly call on me. I did not run the stop sign.
Look, I've never ever seen when a man tells a woman shh that it ever worked out good. He must got it on lock.
Constantly call on me. I did not
He got
run
it
the
on
stop sign.
lock. I ain't never seen that before in my life.
Do you have something showing her running the stop sign, or
I saw it.
you saw it?
I saw it.
He didn't see it.
Dr. Coker's husband, Dwayne Eddie Coker, who was a detention deputy with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office at the time, asks Deputy Aiken what happened, and Deputy Aiken informs him that he saw Dr. Coker run a stop sign. Under Section 316.123 of the Florida statutes, quote, every driver of a vehicle approaching a stop intersection indicated by a stop sign shall stop at a clearly marked stop line, and it is a so-called non-criminal traffic infraction to violate this statute. The law is clear that an officer's visual observation of an offense is sufficient to establish probable cause for a traffic stop. As the 11th Circuit explained in the 2018 case of Manners versus Canella, quote, probable cause does not require convincing proof that the offense was committed. It does not require proof beyond a reasonable doubt or even by a preponderance of the evidence. Probable cause requires only a probability or substantial chance of criminal activity, not an actual showing of such activity.
Bullshit.
Even though probable cause is a relatively low bar, the Supreme Court established in the 1996 case of Wren versus United States that, quote, as a general matter, the decision to stop an automobile is reasonable where the police have probable cause to believe that a traffic violation has occurred. Relying on this decision, as well as other precedents, the 11th Circuit held in the 2021 case of United States versus Brown that, quote, the probable cause standard is met when an officer personally observes a traffic infraction. Additionally, testimony regarding an officer's visual observation of a traffic offense is, in most cases, legally sufficient to sustain a conviction, particularly in situations that involve violations such as failing to stop at a red light or stop sign or not activating a turn signal. However, Section 318.14 of the Florida statutes requires the government to prove non-criminal traffic infractions beyond a reasonable doubt, and the defendant must be given the opportunity to challenge the officer's credibility and explain their own side of the story in court. Ultimately, as the 3rd District Court of Appeal of Florida explained in the 2010 case of Winkler versus Lawyers Title Insurance Corporation, quote, it is for the trial court to evaluate and weigh the credibility of witness testimony and other evidence adduced at trial. In this situation, it is likely that Deputy Aiken's testimony would be legally sufficient to prove that Dr. Coker ran the stop sign. However, it is also possible that a court could ultimately believe Dr. Coker's story over Deputy Aiken's.
Look, the way that she's acting, I don't think anybody in the jury would just automatically believe.
Or that there was at least reasonable doubt as to whether she ran the stop sign after hearing testimony or reviewing other evidence presented in court.
I'm sure you know since you're a deputy. I saw it. I'm telling you, I saw it.
Right.
So that's probable cause for me to conduct a traffic stop.
Bro, look at her. She got the power stance. She got the stand behind my husband with my hands in my pockets. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I saw it. I'm telling you, I saw it.
Right.
So that's probable cause for me to conduct a traffic stop, which is what I'm doing.
No.
Oh, she said no.
No, it's harassment.
Well, as you can see, that's probable cause to do the stop.
Absolutely.
If she wants to take it to
Don't
court,
go on that
she
house.
can take it to court. That's up to her.
Is there any way you can give me a one-time professional courtesy?
Miss got the haircut.
Stream ID.
We've been getting complaints in Seven Oaks in general because
With a haircut like that, Buddy should just cut it
of
off.
that. We're enforcing everything.
Honestly,
Okay,
cut it
well,
off.
I'll be sure to let my agency know that if we stop one of you guys, make sure you issue the ticket. So you know that
In general, because of that,
You're doing that power play. Help me, or I ain't gonna help you.
have to. We've been getting complaints in Seven Oaks in general. Because of that, we're enforcing everything.
Okay, well, I'll be sure to let my agency know that if we stop one of you guys, make sure you issue the ticket.
That's on you.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Coker insinuates that he is a deputy of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, when he is actually a detention center deputy with no policing authority. Mr. Coker then goes on to inform Deputy Aiken that if he insists on writing Dr. Coker a ticket, he will instruct his department to ticket Pasco County officers whenever they can, instead of extending them a professional courtesy. According to a job posting on the Hillsborough County Sheriff's website, a detention deputy's job duties include providing, quote, direct and remote supervision of inmates within housing and other areas of a jail, courthouse complex, or secure perimeter as assigned to maintain a safe and secure environment, and other similar duties related to the supervision of detention center inmates. Detention deputies are not assigned patrol vehicles, and they do not conduct traffic stops or issue tickets under any circumstances, despite Mr. Coker's implication that he is involved in these activities. Additionally, even though Mr. Coker held himself out as a police officer, Mr. Coker was not a certified law enforcement officer and only held a state correctional officer certification. While law enforcement officers are required to complete training at a Florida law enforcement academy, which requires 770 hours of instruction, correctional officers are only required to complete a correctional basic recruit training program, which requires just 420 hours of instruction. Additionally, while law enforcement officers have a general power of arrest, with Section 901.15 of the Florida statutes, for example, identifying many situations where law enforcement officers may conduct warrantless arrests, correctional officers have very limited power to make arrests. While Section 843.04 of the Florida statutes requires correctional officers to arrest escaped convicts, and Section 944.39 authorizes them to arrest without warrant, quote, any person who interferes with or in any way interrupts the work of any prisoner, or who in any way interferes with the discipline or good conduct of any prisoner, correctional officers are generally not authorized. Citizen officer that he was understanding and undeniably pretended to have more legal.
Buddy is not a cop. He is a correctional officer pretending to be a cop because he wants more power than he has.
Authority than his certification as a correctional officer actually gave him.
All right, go ahead and write us the ticket. I assume you have her on video running the stop sign. So when we go to court...
I saw it, but she can take it to court. That's fine. So at this point, I mean, she can give her case. I'll give my case. Okay. Just give me a couple minutes. Just do me a favor. Hang out over there for me.
Sure.
Can I get your name and number and your card?
I will do that once I'm done.
Please hurry.
Wait until I'm done. I'm almost done. Okay.
He's just kowtowing to all these that live on the street.
Okay.
He's just kowtowing to all these that live on the street that complain about me.
Okay.
Because he got nothing better to do.
For that one, once you prove that you have insurance, I'm sure that you do. But,
I do. I don't know. I
got my insurance card in the Jeep.
Can you go get it?
Yeah.
Well, it's too late now.
I mean, I already pulled the number, but it's still, all she has to do is show that she has
Let's
it.
get
She
moving
didn't have
on this,
it.
please. Let's move along,
So the
please.
stop sign. Then you have, I've explained the three options. One, pay the ticket.
No.
Two,
No.
take the course,
No.
in which case you wouldn't get points. Or
No.
three, take it to court.
No, go to court.
You have to make the choice within 30 days for
I've
which one
already
you
made my
choose.
choice. Thank you.
But you,
Okay.
Can I finish?
No, I'm done. Come on. You've been doing this because these on the street keep complaining because they have nothing better to do.
Well, I'm just going to say it all. If you want to interrupt me, that's on you. This one, which is the insurance, which I'm assuming you're just going to show your proof, that's 114. This one for the stop sign is 164. Any questions for me?
No, please, let me
Bro, that's like $300 for running the stop sign. Oh,
let me go.
Good to go.
After Deputy Aiken
Well, she
issued the
didn't show
citations
insurance.
to Dr. Coker, Mr. Coker once again asked Deputy Aiken for a professional courtesy.
Bro, that's too
During
late. The
this
ticket's already been
conversation,
wrote.
Dr. Coker left and went inside her home, shouting a racial slur at Deputy Aiken as she walked away. Deputy Aiken once again defended his decision to issue the citations, and after providing Mr. Coker with contact information for his supervisor, Deputy Aiken drove away without further incident. Mr. Coker immediately
Would it be a Karen moment if she didn't say the N-word?
He contacted a supervisor to complain about the encounter with Deputy Aiken, and in that conversation, he explicitly referred to himself as a quote-unquote cop. This entire conversation is included in the original video on Real World Police's channel, as well as 2 hours of additional related footage. And I highly recommend watching the entire video if you're interested in learning more about this incident and
we about to go see that right
themselves.
Now. Are you done with the... Nah, we about to go see this right now. Hillsborough County Detention Deputy gets himself fired. Hills, we about to see this whole thing. Oh, look at that! It's the first thing to pop up. Let's go. Yeah, let's see this. Damn! Lady got body slam. Let's go. Let's watch this shit. Oh, fuck, I clicked the wrong.
What's that?
All right.
Food inside.
Oh, hold on. Can't go inside yet. It's a traffic stop.
I'm at my house.
It's a traffic stop. You have to hang tight.
So they
2 hours?
Non-stop, saying that I can buy their house my police car, I'm looking off for kids in uniform, anything and everything to try and get me in trouble. You know, I sat down with my supervisor at work, and they're like, it's a joke.
Oh, here we go.
They know it's a joke. Everybody knows.
This is what we
don't.
Okay. So you feel you owe.
Oh, okay.
Read it. This is verbatim transcripts from that. Okay. And just as you're reading this, what I want you to do is, it'll show here or not, but what it appears, what the perception of it is, she says that, you tell her to be quiet, and then you continue to demand professional courtesy from Deputy Aikens. And then,
that's the same buddy.
And then you start getting onto him saying that he's insulting your wife. That's an issue. And the first thing that I saw when I see this is, I think the average person, if they heard that and they disapproved of that type of language, would be to go, you know what, look, I'm sorry, that's not her, she's frustrated, or make some sort of excuse or apologize or something, but you don't do that.
I honestly didn't hear that before. I mean, can I read further down in the transcript? Because I don't remember hearing that at that point at all.
So you've watched it.
I'm not sure, I'm still not sure how he saw her run a stop sign. Because the following day, we actually retained an attorney, and even our attorney has driven the route and goes, there's no way he saw anything in reference to her.
Let me ask
you. Anyway, we're getting off.
Well, let me ask you this. Based on your wife's actions, okay,
yes, sir.
That you've seen how your wife reacted. Do you feel that she was appropriate in her actions?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Do you feel that maybe she could be mistaken?
Man, I don't see no arrest. This is a transcript investigation. Man, whatever. I thought we were going to see something crazy. We didn't. We didn't see nothing crazy. Sorry, my fault. I hit the intro. We're going to watch another video.